I'm Zainab Balogun, and I play the role of Lavina Johnson in Verdict. So working with Stanlee, this was my first time working with him. I hadn't heard like any rumors or anything about what his style is, but he was a very good director. I think he knows what he wants and he's not going to stop until he gets it. He's the kind of person that will literally push you for as many shots, as many takes as he can get until he gets exactly what he wants, no matter how long that takes. Left with like a stiff neck, a bruised back. What else happened? A few like scratches here and there, like along my wrist and stuff, and then I also have a plaster as evidence of another cut that I got. So yeah, that's what happens when you work with Stanlee. You leave with a bruise or two. But it was a good experience with him and, you know, the Mighty Job team, who were very pleasant. Everybody was very professional and knew what it is that they came there for. So we spent a day shooting. We had a series of different shots and scenarios that we wanted to complete, and I think we did pretty well. We started off at 8 and didn't finish till about maybe 6 or 6:30, which in my eyes was a very, you know, a full and good day shoot. I think there were a couple of different like hard things to execute. For instance, you know, having to hit myself and throw myself from this point and that point was very difficult. And the part when I first met Stanlee, when he told me about the idea for the shoot, he said, "Oh, can you throw yourself? How high can you throw yourself?" Like, what do you mean how high? He says, "No, how high can you throw yourself back like onto the ground?" And I was like, yeah, I was very scared about that, but we managed to make it happen. The most tedious part for me, I would say, is right at the end of the shoot. I had to lay in blood for a little while in a specific position for a while, whilst everybody else, you know, went around having conversations and, you know, being cool and packing up and stuff. I was just laying there by myself for minutes on end. Yeah, but it was a very fun shoot. Again, Stanlee's somebody who just goes hard for it. I remember him saying, "Okay guys, you have X amount of minutes for lunch," and I mean X amount of minutes for lunch. By the time you're done, we're getting back into this thing and we're getting it done. And that's exactly what happened. So there's no room for prima donnas, there's no room for attitudes, there's just getting the work done, and that's what happened. When I was preparing for Stanlee had actually advised that I get into character at least 24 to 48 hours before the shoot, and I found that it was a little hard for me to do. I couldn't, I don't know, maybe because I'm just I was doing so much at the time, and I was going through a joyful phase of life or something. I'm not sure, but that was very hard for me. It wasn't until I started reading more about her story, I started seeing the pictures and the videos, that I connected a lot more, and I found myself, just having this odd relationship with this person that I'd never met. And whilst we were on set, again, I still had the same kind of struggles, but there were points when I was literally, when I was tapped in, I was tapped in. And I could only just think about, if this was me, if literally all of this had happened to me, and I've been given the opportunity to tell her story. So when I was in it and thinking about what could she have possibly felt, like the things that were just running through my mind, having known that she was probably raped by people that she got up and she did drills with every day, was just, it was strange, and it just kind of left it left a mark on my heart, because I thought, I work with people every day, and I can't imagine something happening to me tomorrow, with the people that I work with the people that I trust, and people that I think are going to have my back, and to find out that they don't have my back, and to find out that I'm disposable, that nobody will remember, or nobody would think twice. And that's how I thought it happened to her. She was let down by her team, and that hurt for me. I connected with that, because I just couldn't imagine having to go through the same thing like that. It's not something that you go into a new environment and you would wish upon your worst enemy, let alone having to go through it yourself. So I would definitely say that there were ups and downs between when I connected with her, but I connected with her the most when I got to soak in that story. So the stages before we started shooting, and definitely certain points within the shoot. I think that it is virtually impossible for somebody to go through all of those things, to inflict all that harm and pain upon themselves. For me, it's basic and simple logic. If you're harming yourself that much, if you're punching yourself, pouring acid on yourself, and you are in vigorous pain, there isn't enough adrenaline in your body that's going to get you to drag yourself from point A to point B, to go and get a gun and hit yourself a bit more. It's not possible, especially for somebody her age, her stature. There isn't anything about it that says to me it's possible and it's normal. And like we said, the evidence points otherwise. It says otherwise. It's just, again, as usual, somebody somewhere trying to cover themselves for a mistake. Yes, for a mistake and something that should have never happened. I don't think that this happy person who had so much to live for, so much to be excited about, would just want to end their life just like that, especially when they were happy. They called home, they spoke to their parents, they were excited, they wrote letters that showed they were excited. There wasn't any form of indication or anything that showed that she was suicidal. And I don't think that she did this to herself on purpose. The Americans are the giant of the world. We, we look to them for a lot of things, our technology, for answers. And this is one thing that I would hope that, they would seek to do something about. This is one case just out of many that I think this giant can take on and give us some answers. So I think it's about time that they pretty much put their money where their mouth is and handle the situation and just at least try to give some peace and justice to the story.